So XRP is going to $12, at least that is according to one analyst. And I'm going to talk about some of the reasons that he says it's going to $12 and when. Now, if you've been following this channel, I've been covering several of the reasons why some people believe that. In this video, I'm going to talk about a few of the things that were already covered, a few of the things that were already accomplished, and what needs to be accomplished now, because there's one very important thing that Ripple specifically needs to conquer in order for XRP to finally get that true mass adoption with United States banks. Also going to be talking about a couple things that's going on in Washington, D.C., one revolving around our favorite SEC chairman, Gary Gensler, and is Ripple's big announcement tonight going to have an effect on the price of XRP? Before we get into it, let me know in the comment section down below. Hey everyone, my name is Randy. Welcome back to the Late Night Grind. And right now we are covering cryptocurrency news, investment markets, and personal finance. So if any or all these topics interest you, go ahead, hit that subscribe button and join the Late Night Grind community. If you do a couple things, I'd appreciate it. Smash the thumbs up button and watch this video all the way to the end. If you do that, I'd greatly appreciate it. All right, guys. Let's jump into it. And one quick note that I wanted to mention was that if you are copy trading on Fairdesk, you can use the link in the description below. If you sign up this week and you're one of the top 3 depositors that are referred by this channel, you will get $100 absolutely free added to your account. And this happens weekly. So if you are already signed up or if you have not signed up already, all you have to do is make a deposit. If you're one of the top 3 depositors, you get that extra $100. Right now, Bitcoin and XRP price is going a little bit wild, which is good for trading, at least if you follow the good ones. Now, for me in my copy trading account, I have won about 27 of the last 28 trades, which is kind of crazy. You can follow me, or you can copy trade some of the other amazing expert traders that they have on Fairdesk. Link in the description below. Also link the video up to a tutorial on how you can get started. All right, guys, moving on. So everybody wants to know how XRP can get to $12, especially if you're not a trader and you're simply holding a bunch of it and waiting for its price to appreciate. Now, Zach Rector, who is a crypto analyst, was talking about 3 things that need to happen in order for XRP to really accomplish its goal. Now, in my opinion, there's going to be more than 3, one of which was already accomplished. Number 1, beating the SEC in terms of XRP getting its regulatory clarity. It is not a security. That is law. That can't even be appealed by the SEC, nor is it. Number 2, Ripple needs to go against, well, a lot of the things that are happening down in Washington. That being that, yes, the SEC is still going after Ripple, going after its executives for aiding and abetting. We'll see if that actually follows through or if there's going to be a major announcement tonight. It's the 29th. If you're watching this video on the 29th, Ripple is having its proper party to celebrate XRP getting its regulatory clarity. Is there going to be a huge announcement? A lot of people are talking about possible settlement because Brad Garlinghouse, the CEO, said there's going to be a big announcement there. We'll see if it's settlement. We'll see if it's maybe Ripple going IPO. And we'll see if any of that whatsoever has an impact on the price of XRP. Because as of just a couple of hours ago, XRP just went from 51 cents to 55 cents in about 30 minutes. My guess is there may be some people who've gotten leaked information and are hoping, well, that this big announcement will result in some bigger price action, but we'll see. If we saw in a video I did several weeks ago, actually 2 videos I did covering this, where some massive purchases of XRP, number 1 happened right before Judge Torres made her final decision, gave XRP its clarity, and the other one happened right before there was a major win against the SEC regarding Bitcoin ETFs. So, is this going to happen again? Well, we shall see. Some of the big price actions say, well, you might want to buy the rumor, sell the news. Let me know in the comment section down below what you guys are thinking. Also, if you're watching this video past the 29th, Friday night, let me know how that party went. I did not get a free ticket. Those things went unbelievably quickly. If you are like 5 minutes to 10 minutes late on clicking that link, there were no tickets left, so I'm going to have to catch another one. All right, so what else does Ripple have to fight down in Washington? Well, among other things, the crypto space as a whole is fighting against the SEC and some of Congress. Fortunately, there is a lot going on in Congress that are starting to realize cryptocurrency is big, cryptocurrency needs to be regulated properly, and the SEC is not the one to do it. Gary Gensler is facing a ton of pressure. In fact, recently, just the other day, he was giving testimony down in Washington, and he was being slammed not only with some difficult questions that he couldn't answer, but even some of the easy questions that he refused to answer. It's like he absolutely does not want to give up any ground. However, digging his feet in may result in him getting run over. He couldn't even answer the question, is Bitcoin a security? Well, he's actually said several times in the past that it's not a security. This time, it took him about 2 minutes to answer that question, in which he finally said Bitcoin is not a security, but he tried to mumble and stumble his way around answering whether the Howey test or other tests would be specifically used with Bitcoin, and when a follow-up question was asked about Bitcoin being a commodity, he refused to answer that question altogether, which means cryptocurrency still faces an uphill battle in the United States, specifically with this SEC administration. Fire Gary Gensler has been trending, well, really for about the past year now, but it's really been ramping up, even with financial people outside of the Ripple versus SEC audience, which many of you guys came from. And one of the big factors that recently came up is Ripple actually going to be facing some major competition from JP Morgan. Now, there is a whole rabbit hole of conspiracy theories behind how JP Morgan all of a sudden became a competitor to Ripple, creating essentially their own blockchain to control what else? Well, cross-border payments using their own blockchain. I'm not going to get into it in this video, but of course, if you've been following this channel or several others for the past 2 years, you know that there is some major conflicts of interest and major backdoor communications with the SEC and JP Morgan. Which, of course, a couple of weeks, Ripple actually announced that they are rebranding their on-demand liquidity system to Ripple Payments. This, of course, going all in on their cross-border payments, but in my opinion, the XRP ledger is used for much, much more than just that. As David Schwartz has been pointing out the last couple of months, maybe some of the announcement that is supposed to be for tonight will be revolving around the XRP ledger. I don't know. Let me know in the comment section down below. And finally, I wanted to talk about another announcement that Ripple made regarding someone else that they just hired. In fact, it's a former White House official. They have hired Lauren Belville, and she will be the head of policy and government for Ripple. Now, according to the article that I was reading, the reason she was hired was to keep Ripple in the conversation on Capitol Hill. And if you remember, Ripple has been going after former White House officials, former government officials to be a part of their company. In fact, one of the biggest ones, Rosie Rios, also with Ripple, a very notable one. And what these new employees have been saying, of course, is very good things about Ripple, but the main thing is that they are going all in on the cross-border payments and regulation thereof. That's probably why Ripple is going after them. They have had largely great things to say. Of course, what's a new employee going to say about their new employer? But regardless, the list of former government officials joining Ripple is growing longer by the week. So with all that said, Zach Rector believes that XRP could reach $12. In my opinion, yes, if all that happens. If Ripple does have a dominant space in the cross-border payments world, if Ripple actually finally completely gets out of this battle with the SEC, including its executives, whether it's settlement, whether it's whatever it is, yes, if all those things happen, XRP will essentially have the ceiling lifted off of its price. Because as we know, there is a lot of huge institutional usage wanting to use XRP that have been waiting and waiting for the official time to jump all in. And when they do that, well, it's going to make some waves. Now, some of these huge multi-billion XRP purchases could be some of the institutional buyers loading up, using it for the on-demand liquidity system. We don't know all of that. But if it is, some of the analysts are saying all the XRP being bought is simply a spring or a springboard, that when Bitcoin hits its official bull run, which I believe will start at some point between December and May of next year, well, XRP is going to be one of the top performers in all of cryptocurrencies. I'm a firm believer in that. Let me know in the comment section down below what you think. Is $12 a ceiling? Is $12, or is it going to blow right past $12? Is it going to depend on what happens with Bitcoin and some of the Bitcoin ETFs, and yes, even some Ethereum ETFs that are now being proposed. All right, guys, I want to thank you so much for watching this video all the way to the end, for smashing that thumbs up button. And as always, I'll see you guys on the next video.